Under the scorching sun, men are at work. A new set of aqua farms are coming up. They have to dig it, fill it with water, and make it ready for cultivation. And that's just the beginning. Fish farms are fragile. Being an artificially created environment, it can lose the balance any time. A disease, an overfeed or an underfeed can jeopardize it. Menace from predators is common. And as the industry flourishes, there are even cases of poisoning by your envious competitor. Hence, fish farming demands constant human presence. Laborers are on duty round the clock. During the day, they tend the fish. At night, they keep watch. The duty starts early in the morning with the first feed of the day. It continues at regular intervals. Keeping the aerators running is another task. They are the breathing chambers of the farms which maintain enough oxygen level day and night. Work in shrimp farms is more stressful than in freshwater ponds. It needs almost 24/7 monitoring. The work includes feeding at specific time intervals, constant monitoring for disease, monitoring feed uptake through feed trays, making necessary adjustments, and maintaining optimum oxygen levels. For shrimps, first 45 days are very crucial. These are the days most prone to viral diseases. It has to be caught at the first symptom, or the entire crop will perish.
মাছ ছাড়ার পর হচ্ছে তোমাকে খাবার মারতে হবে। প্রথম হচ্ছে সকাল হচ্ছে তোমার 6টার দিকে একটা খাবার পড়বে, তারপরে বিকেল হলে 5টার দিকে একটা খাবার পড়বে। এরকম ধরো 3 দিন মতন দেওয়া হবে। তারপরে আবার 3টা টাইম করা হবে, সকালে 6টায় আবার সন্ধ্যা 5টায়। তার মাঝখানে হলে তোমার 11টায় একটা দেওয়া হবে, 3 টাইম খাবার দেওয়া হবে। তারপরে সেই 3 টাইম আবার কিছুদিন চলার পর ধরো 1 సప్తాహ মতন చలాর పర్ তার 4 టైం হয়ে যাবে।
ఒకవేళ కరెంట్ పోతే అలారం లాంటి ఉంటాయి, కరెంట్ పోతే మోగుద్ది, అప్పుడు జనరేటర్ వేసుకుంటాం, మళ్ళీ కరెంట్ వచ్చే వరకు తెలవాలంటాం, కరెంట్ పోయాక మళ్ళీ కరెంట్ వచ్చాక మళ్ళీ జనరేటర్ ఆపేసి మళ్ళీ కరెంట్ వేసుకుంటాం.
Aquaculture is estimated to provide jobs for 100 million people worldwide. Since it is the fastest growing industry in the food processing sector, employment opportunities will rise further. But the workers in this fish farm at Purba Medinipur in West Bengal beg to differ. For them, everything is going sideways. Large-scale farming has brought down the price of the produce. It slashed the profit and affected their jobs. Working 2 seasons, these workers can hope for a maximum of 6 months of work. Hence, they have to find employment elsewhere for the rest of the year.
মাঝে মধ্যে টুকিটাকি জ্বর জ্বালা এটা ওটা ওগুলা হয়, মাঝে মধ্যে এই খাবার বেড়ে যাওয়ার জন্য কাজের এটাও কম। আগে যেভাবে কাজ হতো সে পরিমাণে কাজও হচ্ছে না এখন, তার জন্য মানে সংসার চালানো এখন একটু কষ্টের ব্যাপার হয়ে দাঁড়াইছে আর কি।
పని ఉంటే వస్తుంది మనకు డైలీ, మనం డైలీ చేసుకుంటే డైలీ ఉంటుంది. ఆ 3 నెలలు అనుకో మన పని, ఆ 3 నెలలు జీతం మామూలే. 3 నెలలు అయిపోయింది అనుకో, చెరువు ఎవరు పెట్టుకోలేదు అనుకో, మనం ఏ రోజుకి ఎగితే ఆ రోజు ఈ రోజు పని ఉందనుకో, ఈ రోజుకి డైలీ వేజ్ కాకుండా మామూలుగా కాబట్టి 700 కూలి ఇస్తారు. ఆ 700 తెచ్చుకోవడం ఇవాళ ఉంటుంది, రేపు వదిలి ఖాళీగా ఉంటాం. డైలీ ఉందనుకో 10 రోజులు ఉంటుంది, లేకపోతే 5 రోజులు ఉంటుంది, అంతే. దానిలో ఎక్క రాదు, ఇది ఎక్కువ హార్డ్ వర్క్ ఉంటుంది.
Some are employed on a monthly basis, some other on a daily basis, especially during harvest season. There is no standardization of wages. Generally, the total monthly pay is between Indian rupees 8,000 to 12,000. But some farms pay salary as high as rupees 15,000. Some even get a bonus after a good harvest. It all depends on the owner, his generosity, his idea of trustworthiness, and his concept of skills and experience. There are no written work contracts, but only oral agreements. There seems to be an unwritten law forbidding communication between workers of different farms. Thus, the disparity in wages, even if it exists, remains unknown.
এগ্রিমেন্ট বলতে আমাদের কোনো এগ্রিমেন্ট হয় না, যা হয় জাস্ট ফোনে কথা হলো যে এত হাজার টাকা করে দেবো, আমার পোষালো, আমি হ্যাঁ বললাম, না হলে না বলে দিলাম। যে আমার ধরো 10,000 টাকা বললো, আমি বলছি না 11,000 টাকা লাগবে। যদি না হলো না বললাম, না হলে এই ফোনে কথা হলো। আর অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট বলতে কি এমনি জ্বর অসুখ হলে মালিক ওষুধ এনে দেয়। এমনি বেশি বড় কিছু ঘটনা হলে বা আমি চোখে আমি দেখতে মানে পাইনি যে কোনো বড় অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে, মালিক যে দেখাবে বা কোনো কিছু করবে, সেটা আমার চোখে ఎక్కనో পড়েনি.
ఆదాయం వచ్చాయంటే నేను ఏ పని చేయలేదు, కానీ సీసీ ర్యాంపులకి ఇలాంటి దేనికైనా వర్కులకి వెళ్తుంటా. అక్కడ ఒక 6 నెలలు, అక్కడ ఒక 5 నెలలు అలా చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతాను.
What if a worker gets sick? Any minor ailments will be covered by farm owners, but for major health issues, the worker is left to himself. The maximum assistance one can expect is a loan against their salary. What about some space of their own? In the aqua farms across the country, a shade to rest is a luxury and a toilet an impossibility. Some farms have tin sheds, but the shrimps have edged the workers out even from there. They are partially converted into storage spaces for shrimp feeds and medicines or a generator room. But the workers we met in the fish farms were non-complaining, maybe because they were under the watchful eyes of the employer, or they haven't heard of better working conditions. The workers have no trade unions. Aquaculture may be a fast-growing, multi-billion industry, but on the ground, it's a local village affair. The onslaught of aquaculture first elbowed out agriculture, rendering those dependent on it jobless. Round-the-year job became a distant past. The new industry offered them jobs, but less in number. And as the profit diminishes nowadays, the owners respond with ways to reduce workers. A major section of rural people has already lost jobs, the women. In paddy cultivation, local women had a major role in sowing, harvesting, and processing of rice. With paddy gone, most of them lost their livelihood. Still, some found work in small-scale fish farms as helpers. But with intensive large-scale production on the rise, that window is also closing. The authorities need to get their act together. There is no official data about the number of persons employed in the aquaculture sector. Neither any documentation on the working hours and type of work available. There is so much attention to the environmental impacts of aquaculture, but we don't have any study devoted to aquaculture workers or their issues. Research institutions in aquaculture are focusing on implementing technologies they have developed. All the while, workers log on day and night. Profit from aquaculture needs to be tempered with decent work. Let us hope the concerned authorities pay attention to this deficit. We could start with a periodic aquaculture census. Different types of work in the sector should be documented. Research organizations should initiate specific studies on labor in aquaculture. Let there be fair and effective policies on working conditions, workers' health, social security, job security, and minimum wages. Let them have dignity in work and life.